Hello and welcome. This is a second crypto trading video for the day, and I'm going to go over 7 tokens, in which I have just recently purchased, with the first one being Factom or Factom. It's code FCT, and on this daily chart, nice run up as it makes a move to this 18 average. It's got this nice consolidation pattern, and well, now it's just barely breaking resistance. So I'm looking to see if this can have another leg higher. When I span this out to the 4-hour time horizon, this big level of resistance, I can see now that it's come up, a little bit of a retracement, but I'm looking to get in on a break of this level, and that's just what it's done. So on to the next one. GNT or Golem. However it is pronounced, is next, and looking at this daily time frame. After this resistance was established, it has been consolidating, and now it's just leaving this band in the upward facet, and it's at previous resistance, and maybe it might pull back here, but I do like how this pattern is playing in form. And within the 4-hour time frame, it's you can see these choppy movements in here. But since this high, come back to the band, breakout, back to the band, breakout, back to the band, and breakout. You can say it's a little overextended, but markets oftentimes come back to where they come from. So is there potentially a better deal that's available within this area? Very well potential. It would also coincide with this average. But if you're looking for a buy order, that's the area I'd be looking for. And in fact, I've already bought some, but I'll put an order in to get a little bit more if it does happen to go down here. Moving on to LBRY, library credits. And this daily chart has a situation on this uptrend, which we can see all these correction area moves, and it's just leaving this one as it is lifting off from this 18 average of highs. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see how big this 32 resistance level has been. I like how it's been holding up within such, as the 26 handle has been good support, but since this move, I like how it's holding with the newly rising 18 average in here, and then the old case scenario breaking this resistance is in case as well. Notice again, former spots, it's coming back to it. So I think this has got a good capability to make another new high. Nav Coin, or however that is pronounced as well. And since the June or late May bottom, the 14 handle, which was a little resistance in here, was supported, and this resistance level has already been supported on a couple of occasions as well. That it yesterday lifted off from that area, barely breaking this resistance, but it has noticeably already broken past this, and it does look as if this has got some movement to make it at least to the range area of 20 to 22, and who knows if anything make a new high post that. But when I look at this weekly, this is what really gets me excited here, and that is, well, one, the volatility moves. Notice the size of this, 1,000 up to 13,000, fall back to 2,500, 2,500 to 20,000 plus, down to 10,000. Now it's lifting off. So I mean, those are some chop shop yummy gains that are available, but the pattern recognition is just so sweet in the sense that it's back down to here, just lifting off and leaving the band. That's what I'm looking for, is leaving of the band, so I'm long. Moving forward to NXT on its daily time frame, maybe not as wild of moves. I mean, all it did last time was go from like 2,000 to like 88. 4+X gain, and then on the break of resistance, all you were able to get, if you were in here, I mean, so you could double it easy. I mean, I'm kidding, by the way. But this is what this type of market has, these huge gains. And I'm going through trades that I hope to win within the week and within days. This is the type of scenario that I'm looking for. And this came right back down to the 18 average of highs and a beautiful up session. It's at the upper end here, but I do have a buy in here, but maybe you can get a little pullback. But quite frankly, high, low, high, low. Of course, there's a little bit of cautionary risk in this. If this doesn't work out, you still could have a deeper correction. So that's something to keep in mind as far as the NXT is concerned. Next up is RADs, and I'm glad I got in this one, or I think I will be. I like this pattern, really, really do. Because since this high, I like this sideways congestion that it had, and we can see in here how resisted and supported higher. This support level, previous resistance, already having a good move back to the band. Oh, and it's now looking like it's leaving the band. This is the common theme with a lot of these setups, and I like this one. Within the weekly time frame, whenever you see these moves, they're pretty much how they open. I don't really lead too much into where these were, but from this point in here, this long trend going down, make your move, and then into this band. And it's been correcting in an upward sideways motion, but it has already been breaking these levels of resistance since this move back down to the band, and it's leaving it. So overall, this entire resistance area that was hit in here and in here is what I see is leaving, while it's also escaping 18 average. So I like this weekly setup as well on Radium. And finally, REP Agar. I don't pronounce them well, probably, and I might be a little early here, but I really love this setup as well. If I didn't like the setup, I wouldn't be buying. In fact, I looked at a bunch of others and like, man, don't want to do it. Made Safe I like too, but didn't do it. Decred, and I also want to look at SJCX and SYS later on, but these were the ones that I ended up actually buying. And look at all of these resistance tests in here. I mean, several around this 13 level. And this one came back down to the bank, boom, 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 had its move higher. And right now, what I like is how this 18 average, again, holding it well, but looks like it's breaking out above the band. Doesn't necessarily mean it will. I guess I'm trying to be early on this breakout move because I realize that if it's got the potential to break through this key area at around the 114 to 16 handle, that there can be some pretty decent gains, sort of like something that occurred among here, or maybe even green candles of this kind of venture. But I like the setup. Maybe, again, I'm a little early, but anyway, that's the 7 that I added to my portfolio for the day, and take care.